So the world seems to have gone completely mental about AI.
What is your perception of reality? I am not Morgan Freeman.
I try to convince people to slow down, to regulate AI.
Trust in what is genuine.
This was futile.
I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality.
ChatGPT, deepfakes, AI art, trading bots, bloody AI cousins, AI nans. But what is of particular interest to me is where we're at with AI voice cloning. At this point, we've all seen some pretty convincing deepfakes. I can't seem to go on bloody YouTube Shorts, TikTok, without seeing Joe Rogan promoting some sort of gorilla steroid, although that might just be him. Elon Musk promoting some new coin about crypto. And so it got me thinking, where are we at for your average person? How well can someone like me go online and try and clone my own voice?
Best clone copy from a sequence of copies. The one that I find most accurate.
It's disturbing. It's got massive societal implications. Let's go online, let's find a good option, and let's try and clone my voice.
Anyone could do this.
Oh, anyone could do this. So, after some research, not particularly comprehensive research, but convincing enough, I have found a website called 11 Labs. It costs £5 a month. They have an extra tier here as soon as I've clicked on it, which is super professional, but it's not even available. That's suboptimal. Inevitably, it wants some samples of my voice. So let's do that. Alright, voice cloning, test number three. It's quite hard doing this. I usually just sit in silence and edit videos. If this manages to do this, I'm going to be absolutely bewildered. The possibilities are endless, and unfortunately, most of them are possibilities for other people to me up, which is slightly terrifying. Samples recorded. I am very, very dubious that this is going to get my accent right. I have a relatively annoying to copy British accent. Okay, Lord Sashkas. Alright, samples. So I've got a couple here. I have more. Gone with the MP3 because it says 10 megabytes each. I probably should have compressed and sorted the audio out before doing this, but let's just try. Right, labels. E.g. accent. UK, British. Description. Legend, 27 years old. Straight off the bat, recorded a bit. Oh, I'm quite nervous about this. I'm officially scared. Let's listen to this.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Sasha Novakovic. This is the first test of my digital voice. How do I sound? Do I sound weird?
That is so weird. What the hell? Like, it's got a bit of my voice in it. We've got options. All right, so low stability is basically going to give us wild results then.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Sasha Novakovic. This is the first test of my digital voice.
It's doing some words perfectly, but it's also Americanizing me for some reason, which is annoying. But it gets a bit confused. So it's clearly got stock voices. I don't know of a pool of how many, I don't know. But on the stock voices, it's pulling from people who have similar voices to me and then will mold them into the two. And unfortunately, it looks like 11 Labs. I got a lot of Americans on there.
This is the first test of my digital voice. How do I sound? Do I sound weird?
Oh my god!
This is one of those moments that you realise that's what I sound like. Alright, round two. We've done this properly now. We've got a bunch of samples in those files. Let's go zero stability.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Sasha Novakovic. This is the first test of my digital voice. How do I sound? Do I sound weird? Probably.
The stability thing is mental. Like, it is objectively impressive. The fact that it will morph the voice and the expression and the everything to make me sound that different. Like, that is a really human thing to be doing. That's serious business. The fact that it can do that well is impressive. So let's bring the stability up, because I can't be... If I have to listen to that one more time, I'm going to kill myself.
Do I sound weird? Probably, because this entire situation is strange. So am I guess.
I mean, that was just depressing. Really, really depressing.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Sasha Novakovic. This is the first test of my digital voice.
That was by far the best one. Right, we've got our first sample.
How do I sound? Do I sound weird? Probably, because this entire situation is strange.
Let's get him to say something different. That's weird.
Okay, it's not obvious what to have to say.
Ooh, I tell you what. Absolutely nailed the okay.
Okay.
Words. Okay, let's see how this does.
Okay, sample, Sasha, bag, expensive. What other words?
But this is the weird thing about this. That is no way near it because it suddenly just made it American. So
Okay, sample, Sasha, bag.
Sasha. It's not Sasha, it's Sasha. So when I remove Sasha, which is a word that's obviously pronounced different with an American accent versus a UK one, it knows it's UK. So there's clearly like trigger words for this software. If I put British in here, according to that logic...
British, okay, sample, bag, expensive, what other?
I swear to God, I am a genius. Alright, so at this point I have written the final thing. This is going to be what we're going to reference, my voice, with the AI Sasha voice. British, this is the final sample test. I will be recording this myself. How accurate is it? Before we do any comparisons, we still need to try and find the best sample. So let's get looking. Stability down, and I'm going to endure the pain that is listening to this weird.
This is the final sample test. I'll be recording this myself. How accurate is it?
That is the weirdest thing. It does that really well. I guess the problem it currently has is there's no way for me to go that close. You need to work from those parameters.
I've picked the best clone copy from a sequence. Anyone could do this.
Oh, anyone could do this.
The one that I find most accurate, this is the most accessible voice cloning around. A sequence of copies. The one that I find most accurate. What do we think?
Wow, the stability it does, which changes the cadence on the voice, is insanely good. I think I'm going to give up at this point. Let's listen to these samples. British, this is the final sample test.
British, this is the final sample test.
I will be recording this myself. How accurate is it?
I will be recording this myself. How accurate is it?
I've picked the best clone copy from a sequence of copies.
I've picked the best clone copy from a sequence of copies.
The one that I find most accurate.
The one that I find most accurate.
This is the most accessible voice cloning around. Anyone could do this.
This is the most accessible voice cloning around. Anyone could do this.
Alright. So we've had some fun. I mean, I don't know if I'd call this fun. I'd call this deeply, deeply, deeply disturbing. But what are my thoughts? You can probably tell, look, it's not that good. But what it can do, if you're patient with it, is it will get quite close to your voice. Now, there are no doubt better versions of this software. I haven't done a fully comprehensive thing. If anyone enjoys this, I will have a go and see if we can do the best job possible. But I really wanted to keep this video. The average person goes, I want to clone a voice. I'm going to go online, I'm going to find somewhere that people say is good, and I'm going to upload some samples, and I'm going to try it. We are definitely a bit away from that technology being good. I tell you what, I take that back. We are a bit away from that technology being really good, but we are clearly in the middle of that process. And once that incredible ability to mimic the voice becomes more mainstream and more easily accessible, wait, there are some broad complications with that. It could be as simple as just, yeah, okay, I give you the licensing for my voice and that all makes sense, and that was what will probably happen. But it is weird that then anyone could just pirate effectively or just clone your voice and get you to say whatever you want. And I think about this as a videographer. So I've taken a bunch of cool nature shots, filmed a nice sequence of something, and you go, oh man, you know what will make this sequence really good is if David Attenborough did what he does over this. And of course you can't, and nowadays you hire someone, or you do it yourself, you do a voiceover over that sequence. But the idea that you could do that illegally, but then you could still use it on your portfolio, you could just have that be a part of your body of work, is weird and fascinating. And I wonder how hard the law will come down on this. Because it'll be like the LimeWire days when music became mass accessible, mass downloadable, and you could basically just avoid a lot of the problems, because what the industry found is they were naturally very upset by that, but it's basically impossible to regulate that and to sue every single person, and the PR nightmares that they had where it's like, well, you downloaded this song illegally, I'm going to like sue you for 5 million. You look like the bad guy, and you're never going to get that money back because these are normal people who don't have 5 million sitting around. They're never going to pay you back. So the alternative that the music industry found was streaming, and they found a way to make it easier than doing that. Same thing now when you pirate a film. People still use the streaming sites, even though you can get access to everything, because it's easier. But I don't know where that parallel is drawn with this, especially as a videographer. But yeah, those are just some random thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this and watching me suffer, and I hope you never have to hear that again. What do you think? Let me know, because I find this endlessly interesting, and to see where this is going to go is going to be pretty cool. So yeah, subscribe, hit the like button if anyone watched this. Peace.